This judgment raises too many extremely serious issues that threaten federalism of Indian Constitution. How does this judgment threaten federalism? See, the first point is all these things are done, say from step 1 to 2, 3 and finally 9, 10 are done with an intention to remove special status of Jammu and Kashmir. So there is a motive running across all the steps with a goal of 370 removal or special status removal. So this motive is very clear. When the motive is clear, it means each provision is used not in the way it is meant to be used. So the motive, which is the most obvious thing behind all these changes, is too obvious. So this can be struck down on the ground of bad intention. Okay, it is not that special status removal is a bad intention, but doing many things with an intention to remove special status, using many provisions, that is a bad intention. Let us go through this. For example, why are these three things done? Governor's rule, dissolution of Jammu and Kashmir Assembly, President's rule. Governor's rule is supposed to be imposed when there are no clear alternatives to run the government, and also the same thing as dissolution of the assembly, and then President's rule. Governor's rule is in the Jammu and Kashmir Constitution, President's rule is Constitution of India, and if the Governor's rule continues for 6 months, then the President rule comes. But the ground situation suggests that there are alternatives. Anyway, it was BJP that withdrew support, and it was BJP appointed governor who was doing all these things. And then President's rule was imposed. President's rule was supposed to be imposed only when there is a breakdown of the constitutional machinery, but there was no such thing. So President's rule was imposed so that under President's rule, state legislature, what state legislature can do can be done by the union legislature, that is Parliament. So all this was done with a motive, which means that the Supreme Court has the right to say this is bad intention, but the Supreme Court did not say. So that is wrong. And second thing is the government's actions aimed at two things. Number one, remove special status, and then number 2, once removed, then next, what next? Article 3. So, removing special status is something peculiar to Jammu and Kashmir. But when that peculiarity or special status is removed, then it becomes like any other state, and then Article 3 can be used. But in the case of Jammu and Kashmir, the way Article 3 is used is highly problematic. How is Article 3 used? Number 1, Article 3 is supposed to be used. Article 3 is for reorganization of the state. The bill in the first place is supposed to be discussed in the state legislature, and only after the discussion of the state legislature, Parliament can reorganize. But there is no state legislature to discuss. So to say that because there is no state legislature, Union Parliament can do, that is a violation. And also to say state legislature's recommendation is not binding and so Parliament can do is also a violation of federalism, because state legislature is supposed to discuss and give inputs to Union legislature. So make the whole process deliberative. So, and more importantly, state legislature is here checked out deliberately. That is number 1. And then instead of state legislature, government said Union legislature will discuss. So that is bad, which means that something like this can be done anywhere. Okay, so so some state government president's rule can be imposed, and Union Parliament will discuss whether reorganization is right or wrong, and then the Parliament can pass reorganizing. So that is definitely violation of federalism, which is a basic structure of the Constitution. And then far worse is not only state is reorganized, boundaries are changed, but it is converted into union territory. There is no provision of union territory in Article 3. What is the difference between state and union territory? Union territory does not need to have a legislature. It can have. So state is much better placed than union and territory. So this is undermining the status. So can it be done at all is not there in Article 3. And Supreme Court said, we will not look into it now, but we will look into it on a different occasion. But why is this not the right occasion to discuss? And anyway, why is it made union territory? Because if it is president's rule cannot continue for more than a specific number of years. But if it is union territory, it can continue longer. So union territory gives complete control to the central government. So which means many things are done with an intention to change the Jammu and Kashmir political situation, special status in hugely undermining. So essentially, if if something with a special status can be converted into a less than a state, union territory, so how about other states who don't have even special status? They can also be converted into union territories. So what prevents? So definitely the judgment sets a very dangerous precedent. Okay. So very, very bad, we can say.